Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now, last week, we actually talked about why creating content and being on social media is so important. This week, I wanted to follow that up by talking about social media and this social media formula. And I'm going to do that in 3 important steps. I'll see you after this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, social media. I quite like it. I seem to have been born in the right generation to understand what Twitter is and how to Facebook and what all of those things are. I'm possibly too old now for TikToking. I don't even own a pocket watch, so that's not likely. But social media, it's around, it's ubiquitous, and we all need to be on it. Businesses are thriving on social media right now. The businesses who are not doing social media right now are finding that there is a little bit more of a decline than perhaps they would have expected. So, social media, how do you do it? It's easy. There is a 3-step formula, and I'm going to go over that today. But before we start to go into those steps, I do want to sort of give you a bit of general advice. The first one is pick a platform and stick to it. It's difficult to create all of the content that you would want if you wanted to be on every single media platform. It's much easier to say, I will be on Twitter or I will be on Facebook, and then I will use the posts that I have on Twitter or on Facebook, and then I will put them out to the other social media networks. That's a much easier thing to do. You spend a lot less time actually creating content that way, and you've got a lot more time to do the normal business stuff that you normally do. Link those together smartly with something like If Then Then That, or with Integromat or something like that, and you don't actually have to do anything. You can just post when you want to post in your one preferred place, and it will get shared out throughout various different platforms. However, that's probably for a different video, and possibly for a let's sit in front of the computer and I'll show you exactly how to do this sort of video as well. So once you've picked your platform, what do you do then? Well, you have to have great content, and this is the first strand of the content formula. Make your content great. You need to have something that is going to speak to your audience. It should be useful. It should be valuable. It should be inspirational and entertaining. Not necessarily all of those things at once, but each post that you make should have some of those elements on there. If you can find something that's funny to post it, because that's fantastic. But I would say at this point, and I might come to this again a little later in the video, stay away from contentious issues. Because if you're a business trying to get business, you want to make sure that you're getting business and you're not just there to offend somebody. That you're not, if you're a Democrat or a Labour supporter, and all of your Twitter feed is the Republicans or the Tory parties are all nasty words, then I can't say it on YouTube. I'm not allowed. Then the problem is that you'll turn off everybody who is a Trump supporter or a Tory supporter, or even just a conservative, or even just slightly right of centre. You know, you're not on the platform to be an activist. You're on there to sell your business. By all means, have a personal Twitter account and go to town on it. That's fine. But when you're dealing with businesses, you want a business that is going to connect with other businesses, that's going to connect with your clients. So really, when you're talking to people, the focus shouldn't be on what you want. The focus should be on what they want and what they need. And you need to give people content that hits with that. Now, sometimes that's just posting up a quote. And saying, hey, look how great this quote is. Something inspirational, something imaginative, something that people get the idea of quickly. And a lot of social media posts, they don't have a lot of depth to them, but there's a lot of value contained within it. And a quote is perfect for that. If you put a quote on a picture and post that and everybody sees the picture, that's a perfect way of doing it. Because it has all of those elements. It's entertaining in a certain way because you get to see the quote. It's inspirational in a way because most of the time the quotes that are shared are inspirational. And it's valuable because often inspirational quotes add value to people's days. So that's the sort of thing that you need to be thinking about in terms of content. The second thing is consistency. And this is where, to be honest, I've fallen down in the past so many times, but you need to make sure that you get this right. You need to make a posting schedule and stick to that posting schedule. I had one on Instagram. I stopped doing it for a week and now I can't start doing it again. It's a real problem. And you will run into that problem that as soon as you stop doing something or as soon as something changes and it knocks you off the schedule for some reason, you'll find it really difficult to get back into it. But as soon as you are back into it, you're back onto that consistency thing. And you need to be consistent. You need to keep doing this over and over again and making sure that you're posting not necessarily at the same time every day, but enough times during a day that are going to make you relevant on that platform. So to give you an idea, if you're posting on YouTube, for example, like I am now, posting once a week isn't a bad thing. Posting 2 or 3 times a week is better, but it's not a necessity. So if you make a video a week on YouTube, you will slowly grow. If you only make 1 video a month, you won't. And I know this from personal experience because I've tried all of these things out, which is over various different YouTube channels as well. So it's a truism that if you keep posting consistently, then you will start to grow and grow and grow. Twitter, it's not once a week. It's probably 3 or 4 times a day that you need to post on Twitter, but you're only posting little things. So it's not, if you were posting a YouTube video a week, and then you went, okay, well, I want to share that content out onto Twitter. Well, you're only posting little things on Twitter because Twitter is all about microblogging. So you might break your video down into 5 chunks, 10 chunks, 20 chunks, and then put out 3 posts with a bit of video in each day. You see where I'm going with this? So that one video still created the content for Twitter, and perhaps for Facebook. Facebook, you can get away with posting once or twice a day. But again, it's a different thing now. There is plenty out there. There are plenty of resources out there that will tell you how many times you should be posting, when you should be posting, the best times to post, and things like that. Just do a Google search on it. You will find that information out. Some of the information is contradictory. And the reason is that depending on the job that you're doing, the sector that you're in, and where your audience are and the time zones that you're in, things will be slightly different. So the best tip there is if you find 2 contradictory things, try posting at those times at different days and seeing which ones work best, and then using the one that works best consistently. Wow, that was an awful lot of information in a very short time. Okay. The other thing, of course, with consistency is that it's not easy to do when you're in the middle of doing other stuff. So if you think I need to post 3 times a day on Twitter, but you're going out for the day and you're not going to be able to post at all, then use a scheduler, something like Hootsuite, something, there's actually a ton of them out there. And it's really, I often find these are very personal, that you will find something that you like the interface for, or you'll find something that you can afford, and there's only certain things that you can afford. That's up to you. I had been using one which I thought was really good. It's just stopped working, so I need to find something else, which is why I haven't posted properly on Instagram for quite some time, because the searching for that is not in my schedules. I haven't done it yet. Anyway, that's the second step for this. So we've got number 1 is content, number 2 is consistency, and number 3, to finish off this process of success on social media is engagement. You need to engage with people. Social media is all about the social part, not the media part. And that means you've got to talk to people. What I quite like doing is getting a small group of friends, and I call them friends in inverted commas because most of the time you've never met these people, but they're people who are interested in the same things as you, who have the same ideas, who share the same sorts of content. Have that group of friends, constantly interact with them, always make sure that you're liking and sometimes retweeting and commenting on their stuff. And then you do the same sort of stuff as them. And that's, asking questions, posting information, getting personal, just make personal accounts of what's going on. Because people, believe it or not, they do love that. If you go behind the scenes of your day, for example, like I did on the vlog a couple of weeks ago, people like it because they like to see a different side of what you've got. Anyway, share your inspirations, share other people's successes. It's like I said, social media, it's about being social. It's not about you. It's about everybody who is connecting with you. And some of those people connecting with you, they're going to have some good days. So share it. If somebody posts a particularly good photo, tell them it's a particularly good photo. Retweet it to your followers, because you're being open, and you're showing people what you like, and you're showing people that there is more than just you. It's very, very simple to be very insular on social media, to get to a point where all you're doing is posting out about you. That doesn't work. Sharing other people's content is one of those ways to stop making it about you. And believe it or not, the more that you do that, the more that you think about what else is going to work in those circumstances, the more you will find yourself actually, when you do make a post, thinking, actually, can I tie this in with something somebody else said? Can I quote this tweet? Can I push this person's shop because they've got a shop and they do really good stuff? It might not be yours, but as soon as people think that your accounts are all about you and all for you, you're going to lose a little bit of credibility on social media because of that. That's pretty much it. Those are the 3 steps. It's really simple to do. And honestly, I think it's something that most people can find the time for, although many people don't. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a little comment as well, if you'd like to as well. Any questions, of course, please do leave them in the comments below. Any good ones, I will turn into full videos for you as well. Don't forget to share this content around if you think that it's useful for somebody, because that's the best way to help this channel, and it might actually be the best way to help other people as well. Who knows? Who knows? Until next time, thanks ever so much for watching. If you are new here and if you like this stuff, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon at the end, and the all notifications tab that pops up as well. Until next time, thanks ever so much for watching. And of course, keep taking those photos.